4. Activities. What activities have you planned? Introduction and modeling. I will ask the students what they think a woman looked like in the late 1930s and 40s. Then I will show them a picture of a woman before the World War started, and then I will show them one of some propaganda that was used to promote the country's spirit in the 1940s. I will go over vocabulary words such as propaganda and riveteer. I will show them how they are to compare and contrast the two pictures. I will lecture about the subject of women during and after World War II. During guided practice, we will start as a whole group, and then we will break into partners to compare and contrast the two pictures. At this time, I will be able to walk around the room and give them some guidance and assistance if needed. Independent practice. I will give the students the ability to be able to see if one of them can come up with an answer that no one else has. A unique answer. This makes it a competition, and the students will try a little bit harder to push themselves, and I'll be able to see that. I also have a questionnaire that the students can answer to make sure that they're understanding the differences and the reasons why the two pictures are different. In closing, I will bring us back together to close out the lesson. I'll summarize the differences of the women because of wartime and make sure that that they know that this has brought a new era upon our country. I will allow some students to share what they have learned at this time about women, and my formative assessment. During independent practice and even during the partner time, I'll be able to walk around the room listening and jotting down notes to myself on how the students are doing with what I'm trying to show them about the change of women. And then through group discussions, I will also be able to see who's understanding or maybe not understanding during the discussion time. Why have I chosen this or these activities? I've chosen these activities to be able to show the students the importance of being able to look at different images and how they can relay messages to people, and how propaganda can be used to do just that. Let me scroll down. Number 5, materials. What instructional materials will I use, if any? Pencils for the students to jot down answers. I'll have the questionnaire and the handout of the pictures of women for the students to be able to compare and contrast on their desk. Paper for the students to compare and contrast. Magnets to hold the pictures on the board for the teacher. The actual images on the whiteboard, and then markers for the teachers to write on the board to show the modeling of the comparing and contrasting. Why have I chosen these materials? I have chosen these materials because they will help the students in their learning and understanding toward the objective. The handout and written questions will help the students in 2 different ways learn about women during and after World War II. Students will use the pencils to fill out the written questions and to write their compare and contrasting down on the paper so that they are able to share with the class. Plus, writing also helps students remember information. Evaluation. Number 6. How and when do you plan to evaluate student learning on the content of this lesson? At the end of the lesson, I plan to evaluate the students through looking at a different set of pictures in order to make sure that they're able to tell the difference in the women during this time frame. Also, it will help them to remember the pictures and propaganda that was used to change the face of women during World War II. The written questions in the class discussion will also allow me to assess the students on the information learned. Throughout the lesson, I plan to walk around the room and assess the students and to give them immediate feedback. Some students do better when they're asked orally versus a written test. Also, putting the students in partners allows me to be able to see them and how they're doing with peer work. And having group discussion and talking about the material, talking it through, also allows students to feel like they can talk freely and give information for the ones that are good at that. And I think that using a variety of ways to assess the students allows them to succeed better. I guess I kind of jumped the gun on that. Why have you chosen this approach for evaluation? I've chosen these methods of evaluation to be able to help all the students with different ways of learning. Not all students learn the same way, so it is very important to be able to meet all the needs of the students in my class.